Okay.
Where the money's going. What do you guys think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on?
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside the building. Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud.
Just look a little bit too quiet for me. Why is it so quiet? Is my headset? Oh, the game crashed. Bro, what the fuck?
And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved is that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these child care centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day, and all I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking. And then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. Then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation, contributing, but they never had a passenger, never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out.
Brief reminder that everything that this guy is saying right now is entirely hearsay. This is just his anecdotal. He's saying, I've seen this. This is what I've seen. I've never seen people, blah, blah, blah. This is just his words. This is not evidence. Hearsay isn't generally accepted as like strong evidence in like any form of court generally, unless there's like a lot of it, unless a lot of people are saying the same thing.
Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community to talk about what's going on within the community. They vote by the block. And so when you're a politician, you're saying, look, I've got 100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice.
I hope you know, again, just to interrupt again, still nothing but hearsay. Still just this guy's word of mouth, okay? Let's keep going.
So sick of that term. The people here are so
people
afraid
jump
of
the
being
gun way
racist
too
or an
quick.
Islamophobe, and they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Walz saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9.
What am I doing wrong,
Not only
guys?
that, but Walz is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud.
Okay, I was a little low-key crashing out about Arc Raiders. Let me
Twin Cities.
What did he say? What did he say about Tim Walz? Shit, the Revisor's Office is a nonpartisan office of the Minnesota legislature. The office provides confidential drafting services of legislative and administrative documents. Since its founding in 1939, the office has served as the compiler of the Minnesota statutes and as the official publisher of the Minnesota statutes, laws, rules. 2025 Minnesota statutes, misconduct of public office or employee. I can't read the statute number. Misconduct of public officer or employee. This is a piece of paper. It shows the history. This is a piece of paper that doesn't directly address Tim Walz. Hang on.
The world as a whole guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the
That's not
Walz
evidence.
is also guilty of 0.971 Subdivision 9.
Wait.
That fraud. It knows of fraud, and as a state employee, must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9. Not only that, but Walls is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee.
Okay, so what this dude is trying to say here, this is a bullshit argument, okay? You can't say someone did something and then pretend to show evidence, but what he's showing you is the statute. He's showing you the rule that technically Waltz would have broke if this is true. He's not showing you evidence of Waltz doing it. People probably sat there and looked at this and said, oh, it's right there. That's the evidence. People more than likely did that. Tons of people probably did that. That says those pieces of papers are literally just he went to the website and fucking screenshotted or downloaded PDFs and printed the fucking statutes. Oh my god. Okay. All right.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
All right, first of all, I want to say something. You pulling up, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not a government official. You're some random YouTuber and some random dude pulling up to a child care facility. They're absolutely not going to let you see the children. My children, they went to a daycare slash preschool. It was kind of like 1/2 things combined as well. Because after preschool would end, after school hours, daycare would continue, obviously. That's very normal, actually. And they have like a whole area that you're not allowed to go into because you're not allowed to go back there with children if they're not your children. You have like 2 or 3 fucking doors that have codes on them. You're not supposed to be able to just get back there where the kids are.
Every facility as you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
Wait, why is he trying to see the kids? Why are you trying to look into windows? If I was doing that at my kids' preschool, when they were in preschool, when they were 2, 3, 4, whatever. Dude, what the fuck? You just have the cops called on you like instantaneously. You should. What?
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
No.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Try to get in, ring the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. It says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely no.
Brother, just because it says that that's their operating hours or they're open, whatever, that doesn't make any fucking sense. If I showed up there and I just tried to walk up and open the door, it would be fucking locked during their business hours because they keep it locked to protect the kids. What the fuck? Okay, this is so weird, dude, because like, yeah, sure, they're like, oh, it says their business operation hours are fucking open, but the door is locked. That's weird. No, that's actually pretty fucking normal, dude. What?
Nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and
nobody cares,
it seems
bro.
like business isn't even open right now.
Nobody smart cares.
And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside, or.
There's no play area for the kids. So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day. I've never seen a single child here. In 9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building.
Did he
right there.
seriously?
Now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
No, could you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this
Probably like a
childcare
mom.
center?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next
She probably just
location.
doesn't
And the
speak
fraud
fluid
only
English.
Gets more from here. Discover
That's what I would say. Like I don't know what you're talking about. Like this probably something she just said. Like what?
At Babcock Ranch,
Oh,
the
shut the
ultimate
fuck
place
up.
to live and.
She probably just said that because she doesn't want to have a conversation with somebody that she can't talk to because she doesn't speak fluid English. She probably just speaks broken English. I have people that come into my store. I have a dude that comes into my store and like no speak English. He says that. I speak a little bit of Spanish. I say español poquito. You know, yo trabajo mucho en el tienda or la tienda. I don't know. I can't speak. You know, I broken Spanish, whatever. But like, I don't think that's like evidence of her like saying, oh, I don't know if there's kids here. oh, I don't know what you're talking about seems more likely in my personal opinion, but I maybe, and you know, maybe you could maybe interpret it as her admitting that there's no kids there. I'll give them that, and maybe you could also interpret it as she just doesn't want to fucking have a conversation with you. She just doesn't know how to.
They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
What the fuck?
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here.
LBS is
State of
like-
Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
Is there? Kids there? What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You work.
Bro, to be like the janitor or like the landscape guy. Like, you could be like literally anybody. You could be like anybody, and they're like interrogating him like he's a teacher or some shit, dude. What the fuck, dude? Miley, thank you. What's up? Ain't that this is so weird here? Like, fuck Arc Raiders for like a second, because it's like it keeps breaking. I feel like he just keeps talking to people who like are foreign and probably don't speak English very well, and they're just like, no, Happy New Year, thank you, Happy New Year to you. It's so weird because the guy that they just talked to, I feels like there was just like maybe a janitor or like some random guy that works as a mechanic. I don't know, dude. Yeah, sure, they're making it seem more sus than it is.
Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Oh,
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color.
that was
Does
racist.
that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
no.
you said
Yeah,
you're scared
I'm
of me
not
because
saying
of my
you too.
color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my
Kinda.
color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all
case.
getting mad.
Whew, she didn't do very good there in that conversation.
Because he's shown the
I
paperwork
don't
of
know
this
that.
business being registered as a business. 74 children,
I've
no
lived my
children.
whole life
He
here.
saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where
they're
did-
Again, these people are not supposed to have like access into these buildings. Like when my kids were in daycare, again, you're not supposed to be able to just walk into the daycare. You have there's an entire process you have to go through to get your kid into like actual daycare or preschool. You're not going to be able to just walk into the front door to the front desk and talk to somebody.
Which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign. That's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Okay. Sure. I mean, yeah, that's a good point, I guess. They couldn't spell learning. That means that they used money improperly. Like Little Bandage Panels or others. Yeah. Hey, I had a teacher and a professor in college who spelt magic Mijik, and she was being serious. I'm not even fucking with you. I had a professor in college who also was obsessed with dolphins, and we could skip out on doing literally any work if we just started a conversation with dolphins, and he just would rant all fucking day about how much he loves dolphins, and we got out of doing literally anything. So, excuse me if the fucking Somali daycare owners or whoever put the sign up forgot the fucking N. Holy shit.
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million over the...
No, not the fucking crazy liberal lady. No, she's gonna make everything worse, dude. They're gonna capitalize on this so hard in the video. It could also be like what I said earlier, where it was like they're actually on winter break.
Would my son, little Joey, have friends to play with here? No. No.
Yeah,
no
that's
friends for
weird the
little
way
Joey.
that she's like interacting with him. That is sus.
Dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Part of me is like, okay, they might have filmed this during winter break, and that's why there's just like no one fucking here. And also, it's more than like, I don't know. It's still, they're still not showing evidence. They're showing a lot of suspicious acting people, which like may be acting suspicious because they're speaking broken English and they don't know what the fuck's going on. And this dude's walking around trying to record them talking about like crimes. So like they could be acting suspicious because like, why the fuck are you talking to me? or they could be acting suspicious because they're suspicious. I don't think there's any conclusions to draw yet until you have like real investigations, which already Minnesota said that there is no fraud after they investigated themselves, I guess. So I guess the feds have to step in, right? Get rid of them. If they do federal investigations and they freeze funding and they don't find fraud, that's kind of fucked. So like either way it goes, we're just gonna have to kind of see what really happens. I think drawing conclusions just based off this video so far, there's no literal like evidence that they provided actually like showing fraud yet.
Through this building.
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And
Cha-ching,
finally, we
baby.
were accepted into one of the daycare centers, and they actually took down our information to give us a rate.
Oh,
However,
cool.
when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that gentlemen matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building.
Well, what do you mean by Tim Walz is showing you how daft he is? He literally, okay, so at the beginning of this video, we talked about how the guy in the red that Nick is following, it was like, Tim Walz did this, Tim Walz did that, and he like didn't show like evidence. He just showed like, he printed out the statutes, like the Minnesota statutes, like the laws, like not evidence, obviously, but when you're saying like, he did this, he did that, when you show these papers, like people are gonna be like, oh look, there it is. That's it. Also, the being met by the police is like relatively understandable, honestly, because they're literally going around and like trying to get into daycares and stuff. Like I have 3 kids. Two of my kids have already gone to daycare. My third one is about to go sometime soon in the near future. When you go, like the one that I went to, you're not allowed to just get in the fucking front door, okay? There's a door that has to be unlocked for you. You either have a code for it, depending on, like, I mean, I didn't go to a Somali daycare, okay? My daycare had a lot more money involved. You put in a code, the door opens. There's another door that they had to actually unlock with a button. There's another door. Like, you're not allowed to just see the kids. They're like, oh, we haven't seen a child. It's like, you're not supposed to. Like, who are you? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is so weird. Also, this was uploaded like 10 days ago, so it's kind of iffy on like, were they on like winter break? I don't know. Like, were the kids home with their families? Were they on vacation? Like, is it the fucking holiday? I don't know. I don't even know what Somalis celebrate for the holidays. Like, what do they celebrate? I'm sure most of the kids that go to these daycares are Somali.
He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay. So
he's here with some kind of like.
That was the most based and like that's the best English that anybody has had. That is the least amount of broken English. That was good English.
Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates.
No,
asked for
he's
rates.
not.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna have, if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right,
Wow.
we're getting escorted out right now. Did that lead?
Okay, if all these places were just fronts to like fraudulent things, why is this like the first time that they have at least somebody competent that can at least like talk their way out of some situation like this? Like, why don't they have at least one English speaking person that like can actually talk their way out of a situation or like swindle their way out of a situation like that? That's just incompetence with the fraudulent people, if that's like the truth, which, you know, if it is, get rid of them.
What's the problem, officer?
I'm
So again,
not pro-fraud.
We've been getting reports from multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
As we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have multicultural home care. And right here it says it's open, but can't even get in.
Multicultural.
Another.
And do you think there is fraud taking place here?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have any idea what any of these businesses are doing?
I never asked.
The brown guy said he didn't know. Oh my god, the brown guy said it. Oh my god, the Somali said that he doesn't know. That's more evidence that all the Somalis keep saying they don't know, and then the fucking racist white guys that we pull up, they sure do. I've never seen a child come in here before. Probably dude that doesn't even have fucking kids who didn't even think to put them in a Somali daycare. What the fuck is happening, bro? Me, I don't talk about politics anymore. Also me talking about politics. I wanted to educate myself on this particularly because I felt like it was a big topic. It was very important. A lot of people are talking about it. And also I fucking can't stand Asmongold. And so I wanted to see if like there was any credibility to this because I wanted to maybe give him some credibility to talking about this topic because I don't know if he's like actually getting news or if he's just scrolling X and fucking jacking off to Elon Musk and whatever the fuck his algorithm gives him because he's basically just getting an algorithm of stuff that he wants to see, right? If that's the case. I just want to see if there's any form of credibility behind anything that this guy posts on YouTube. Because he gets like millions of views on YouTube and for some reason it just never seems like he has an opinion that is beyond himself, where it's like, you know, like where he actually looks into something, but besides like, oh, I scrolled my Twitter feed. I feel like the thing that people say about Asmon says about himself too, that makes him the most based person on the fucking platform is, I don't care. I say what's on my mind. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. Fucking everybody does that, and if you don't, like, you're weird, right? Like, you don't just have to fucking not give a shit about what other people say. And it's like, you're a liar. You do give a shit about what other people say. You absolutely do, or at least you had to have in the past. Like, you can't just live your life not giving a fuck at all about what other people think or feel about you. Like, you could have a spouse, right? You should give a shit about what your future wife thinks about you, right? You should give a shit about what maybe, I don't know, your mom thinks about you if you actually respect her, if she's like good to you or whatever. Like, you should give a shit about what your friends are like people that are credible or people that are like honorable and like loyal and integral and actually give a shit. Like, you should be able to gauge people's level of like integrity and go, you know what, this person, like, I should want them to not hate me, right? Like, what the fuck?
Who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who are you?
Where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going. Look at that. Shut us down.
Damn.
Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look at this.
Again, bro, you're not supposed to fucking have access to the children. Stop.
This daycare center right here, no children inside of this daycare center. But between those buildings, over $2.6 million. We are just curious, where are the children at? Do you know where the children are at?
No.
Where are the children at in these daycare centers?
I don't care.
How can these childcare centers have no children?
I don't know. No.
There's $2.6 million inside these businesses that were given by the government, but there's no children to be seen anywhere. People deserve to know where their taxes are going. If these companies and these daycare centers are making upwards of $2.6 million and there's no children to be seen anywhere, something fraudulent is happening. And that is not make you racist, Islamophobic. This is just the truth of what's happening here in Minnesota.
Okay, but it does make you stupid for like not realizing that you're not supposed to just have access to other people's kids like during the day. Like, you're just some random dude. Especially like these are obviously like close-knit communities, so they're gonna have like I can't imagine that there's gonna be a lot of like kids that go to these places that are like very diverse.
Minnesota. If there's a bunch of white people doing the same thing, we'd be talking about the same issue. This is just fraud at unprecedented levels here inside Minnesota. It's actually very concerning. Where are the children at inside of these buildings? They're nowhere to be seen. Millions of dollars are being sent into these daycare centers all across.
Oh, I gotta BRB. Damn.
Another daycare center inside this same building.
We don't want you to be videotaping anything.
Where is all the money going for if there's no children at these daycare centers?
True. I didn't even think about that. You're videotaping, you're like walking up recording, and there's kids, you're like taking videos. Like, you're like, if you're working at these daycare centers, you should be worried about these people taking videos of the kids or pictures of kids. Like, you don't know what the fuck they're here for. Just someone walking up with fucking camera. Sorry, I'm watching the baby monitor. Because he fussed for a second. I think he settled.
Sir. Yes.
I told you, please leave.
Yes, we have a question though. Where is the children at these daycare centers if there's millions of dollars?
Ask the local government, yeah.
Oh, we've asked. We have the paper here. So we're wondering where the money and where the children are at. We have the paper right here. Come here.
Who are you, first of all?
My name's Nick Shirley.
You don't have any permission to record me, period.
Can we talk outside?
You don't have permission to record.
She doesn't either have. She doesn't have permission to record me.
You cannot stop people on the street and question them.
We can ask.
You don't have any permission.
Where are the children?
I will sue you. You don't have any permission. We have nothing to do with this. You understand?
Then are there
so leave. Please leave.
Are there children here?
Please leave.
Where are the children? $2.6 million for a daycare center.
You ask whoever you think is doing that. You don't know what you're talking about. So leave.
Tell us what's happening here then.
I said leave.
We're wondering what's happening.
We are not a child care. We are nothing to do with it. We're common people walking. And
yes.
You are.
We're not accusing you. We're asking where the children are at.
Don't ask me anything.
We're not accusing you.
We're not accusing you. I'm gonna post an entire YouTube video accusing you. Holy shit, based.
Asking the daycare centers.
I am not gonna answer. You have.
Where are the children at?
Leave. Leave.
We just want to know where are the children.
Who you work for?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Who you work for?
I work for myself, Nick Shirley.
Okay, what are you recording?
We're wondering where are the children? $2.66 million for
You're not talking to
the Minnesota Child Care Center.
You're not talking to the right person.
Are there children that come here? Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building.
I don't know who you're talking to. Leave.
That's just a simple question. Where are the children at? David, they won't even answer. We asked him, plain and simple, where are the children? Do children come here?
This is why I've had my life. I've been attacked twice.
I feel like if you went and you did this to like any other kind of community daycare where it was like maybe a more white demographic or like even Hispanic or black demographic daycares, they would do the same thing, right? They'd be like, "Fuck you, leave," right? Why wouldn't they? They have a duty to protect the kids. Like, why would you be asking, oh, yeah, sure, you come right in and I'll show you the kids. Hey, we have kids right here. Put them on the YouTube video. Fucking blur them out. What the why would you? Why? You don't know who these guys are, like, actually.
Once.
Oops.
With a knife, and the other time I was.
Oh, I just hold down the left mouse button?
Simply for asking questions about what was going on. And they're very, very violent people. They do not like this fraud to be exposed.
After giving this man plenty of opportunities and...
Bro, I didn't know I could just hold down left mouse button. I'm fucking stupid. I'm a little fucking retarded. It's okay.
Answer the simple question, where are the children? He called the cops on us and we headed to the state capitol where they're having a meeting about the fraud to confront the state representatives and people in the government who have enabled and let this fraud happen. Inside of this committee, a Republican representative showed charts showing exactly how this fraud has been committed and who is profiting, connecting all the dots. And while the Democrat representatives looked into the abyss, one of them spoke about how none of this is building trust and how this is a nonpartisan issue, so I went and confronted her after that. He has some very valid questions to ask about what's going on here in Minnesota. And do you think this fraud,
I don't know who
my name is Nick Shirley, do you think this fraud is Republican or Democrat or just facts that fraud is happening? Because that's what I heard you talking about.
I know what I said is
because we want to build trust, but fraud is fraud, so why should we be enabling fraud to happen here?
No, I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Governor Walz accountable for this.
Okay, sir.
No.
Sir.
When are you going to hold Governor Walz? No. She is a representative of the state of Minnesota. Yes or no?
Excuse me?
Yes,
if you're going to talk to me like that?
Are you going to say I'm a disability advocate?
I heard you, and
get
we've asked you
overstimulated.
to testify for testifying today.
Ma'am, the fact that fraud is happening here, and it's not a nonpartisan issue. How can you think fraud has been able to happen so much underneath
I think
the
if you've been
government
listening to our hearings, we've had now 10 hearings on this. And so there's really good data from the people who both work within the administration as well as who, both Democrat and Republican. I think what you heard today is that the Republicans who control this committee are not actually interested in solving fraud. What they're interested in is telling a story.
This fraud has happened underneath Democrat leader Tim Walz.
There's been Medicaid fraud across the country under Democrats and Republicans. There's fraud within the Trump administration. We have is fraud. Private providers have made government a mark. And so every person running government, Democrats or Republicans, are dealing with the issue of how to keep fraudsters out of our public payment. We're also dealing with veterans. We're dealing with consumers. I hope you're looking at that. If you look at United Health, currently is being charged with defrauding Medicare. You know,
she's deflecting, but she's not wrong. She is deflecting though, which kind of sucks. It's like an argument.
Who runs Medicare? President Trump. Medicaid fraud is a 50-state issue. And so, again, it is not
True.
an issue. There are Democrats and Republicans who are sitting in that committee talking about it. But what you did here was the Republican chair say she's not turning information over to the one person in government who can stop payment. And I hope you print that. Thank you for coming.
Okay. Crazy. Well, shall we happen there?
And these politicians are just walking off, thinking it's okay to say, and they want to go visit the Trump. They want to blame the Trump administration. We have Democrats blaming ICE. I'm tired. My people are suffering. I'm scared for my little brother. My people are suffering, and these people just walk off.
What do you mean? What's wrong with his little brother? What do you mean my people are suffering? What? What's he talking about?
We have a governor. He doesn't care. How many more people are going to freaking die? How many more people are going to go homeless? and how many more people are going to be trafficked in our freaking system.
After like digesting everything and thinking about it afterward, I could kind of say, sure, there are some suspicious interactions with some of the people. Again, I don't know if any of this took place on winter vacation. It was uploaded 10 days ago. It's January 6th today. 10 days ago would have been 4 days prior to New Year's, which would have been basically like Christmas. And we all know that winter break starts like a little bit before Christmas. So I don't know exactly how Somalis celebrate the holidays. It could have just been that the kids weren't there, but I think it's more likely that perhaps that the facilities just wouldn't let them film kids because they're not supposed to. You know, you're not supposed to do that. So sure, there were some suspicious interactions. I think there were some interactions that may have come across as suspicious, but wasn't really suspicious. Like there was some broken English that perhaps maybe a employee or maybe somebody that is like working nearby or friends of a family or like an aunt or something, like I don't have a kid here, or someone that just didn't want to fucking talk to them and just didn't like them and just are like caught the vibe, you know, maybe someone just didn't give a fuck, like no, I ain't, like leave me alone. I feel like there's a lot of that in this video. I don't really see what they see. They don't really show any evidence of like fraud. Also, the way that they handle the Epstein files, like I don't even know if we would be able to really trust them on this. Like, of course, like if they just came out, said the fraud was real, and they didn't really investigate these places, like that would be really, really bad. If they just started arresting people, like fraudulently arresting people, like wrongful arrests, like that feels like something that they could and would do, because why not? It fits their narrative. Like, oh, we did it. We got him. Fox News, put it on there. Like, why wouldn't they just do that? Very sticky situation for everybody. Very, I wouldn't draw conclusions. I'm not going to say that there isn't fraud. I'm going to criticize people who just outright say there is without seeing evidence. And if you just so happen to end up being right, that doesn't mean that you like were smart with the way that you like came to that conclusion just because some people were acting suspicious and some money went there. Like if we cut funding and there's actually no fraud and there are like kids that go there and they do feel like repercussions for that, like who do we hold accountable? Do we just go to the guy's YouTube video and say fuck you? Like, what the fuck? All right, see ya.
I see and dreams will never look back. When treasure and tales would follow the track. A fierce crew united, we rise with the dawn. In the heart of the ocean, our legends are born.